What's cool about YouTube is you can advertise on pretty much anybody's channel or videos. So your ads are coming up on your competitors' videos, which is a fun little, jab in the ribs if you want to play that game. In November of last year, Google said that it would start placing ads on videos and channels that don't have monetization enabled. And for our listeners, if you didn't know this already, a video channel had to have Google monetization enabled, meaning they're basically opting in to have advertisements placed on their videos in order for ads to run. And in November, Google goes, you know what? We have the right to monetize all the content on our platform. We're going to put ads on everything. Here's what's interesting. It's been almost a year. I haven't seen that. And I'm curious, Will, if you have you seen the ability to push ads onto channels and videos that don't look to have monetization enabled?
No, I actually haven't seen that.
Right? There's a ton of limitation, which is surprising to me, given that a year ago, YouTube was like, we're opening up the floodgates, ads go everywhere. And still, when I find a channel or a video that I really want to advertise on, I will see very often that, this for whatever reason isn't accessible or available. So I was just curious as to whether or not you're seeing that too.
Yeah, no, I actually haven't even come up against it too much where they say that I can't advertise on certain videos or channel placements. A lot of the placements that I'm targeting have the optimization or monetization already open.
That's helpful.
Have you found that to be a limiting factor for you to be able to scale, Kasim? Like you've got lots of channels that you're just like, they'd be great if I could get on them, but I can't for whatever reason.
It's actually not for scale. It's going the other direction. It's more of a sniper approach. So I'll have ultra niche products, offerings, etc. And we run really aggressive competitor campaigns. I come from Google Search, and in Google Search, competitor campaigns are gold mines, and they're gold mines that are oft overlooked. And so what I like to do is I like to go out there and say, okay, who are your competitors? Who are potential strategic partners? One lateral move aside, etc. And then we build this whole profile, and I want ads on every single one of those channels and videos, because y'all have been talking about how YouTube is more intent based, which I think is a really brilliant delineation between Facebook, and it's not one that I really thought of before this call. I never really thought about saying that YouTube was more intent based than Facebook, but I agree with you. And given that it's more intent based than Facebook, I think that the traffic your competitor videos are getting, you just need ads on all of those things. And the cost per views are so freaking cheap. Like if you're listening to this podcast right now and it doesn't necessarily have to be a competitor, it just needs to be somebody who's speaking to the same buyer that you want to speak to. Go run ads just on their channel, and you'll find out that you pay a very little amount of money, and the results tend to be, I think, like staggering because of how qualified that traffic is. And forgive that tangent. Ralph started asking about placements, and that popped into my head.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. That could be a really good kind of first campaign for somebody to do, Kasim, what you mentioned there. So you find these YouTube channels within your industry. Almost every industry will have a lot of big channels on YouTube. Just pick 4 or 5 of those, target those channels specifically with a small budget, and then from there you can almost work backwards then. So see what videos are getting the most traction within those channels, and then you could target those videos specifically. Now again, you're not going to get a huge amount of scale from this. Again, it's going to be like laser focus or laser targeted, but you'll get some good CPAs from them because they will be so relevant to your niche.